Ever wonder about the invisible threads that connect us to others, the cosmic blueprints that shape our relationships? Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of synastry, relationship astrology, specifically focusing on the Chiron Trine Saturn aspect. This is where our deepest vulnerabilities meet the need for structure and stability, creating a potentially powerful dynamic. We'll unpack what this aspect means, how it manifests, and how you can navigate its potential challenges to build stronger, more meaningful connections. So, buckle up, because we're about to embark on a journey of astrological exploration, uncovering the secrets hidden within the stars. Now, Chiron in astrology represents our core wounds, our insecurities, the places where we feel most vulnerable. It's the wounded healer archetype, signifying the areas where we've experienced pain and, consequently, developed the capacity to heal others. Think of Chiron as that childhood injury that still flares up sometimes, reminding you of a past weakness, but also making you incredibly empathetic to others experiencing similar pain. For example, someone with Chiron in their birth chart might have struggled with feeling inadequate, leading them to become incredibly supportive and encouraging of others facing self-doubt. Another example is someone who experienced rejection early in life, potentially leading them to become a compassionate and understanding confidant for those struggling with similar feelings. Perhaps someone felt abandoned by a caregiver. This might lead them to become an amazing therapist or caretaker, making sure no one else feels that way. On the other hand, Saturn embodies discipline, boundaries, commitment, and responsibility. It provides the framework for growth, helping us build a solid foundation in our lives. Saturn is the stern but loving parent, setting limits and expectations to help us reach our full potential. Imagine Saturn as the scaffolding around a building under construction. It provides the necessary support to ensure the structure is strong and stable. To illustrate this, picture someone with a strong Saturn placement in their chart who consistently meets deadlines, honors their commitments, and takes responsibility for their actions. Another individual may have had strict parents, and this made them into an incredibly hardworking and disciplined adult. A further example, someone who learned to save diligently, and follow a budget, is a perfect embodiment of Saturn's influence. Now here's where it gets interesting. When Chiron and Saturn form a trine aspect in synastry, meaning they are 120 degrees apart in the two individuals' charts, it creates a harmonious flow of energy between these two planets. This suggests that Saturn provides structure and stability to Chiron's healing journey, while Chiron softens Saturn's rigidity and opens it up to more compassion. You're probably thinking, okay, that sounds good in theory, but how does it actually play out in real life? Well, let's delve into some concrete examples. The trine aspect, being harmonious, allows for a smooth exchange of energy. This interaction isn't forced or tense, but instead, encourages understanding and mutual support. This aspect hints at shared histories, lessons meant to be learned together, and delving into karma and generational healing. Remember, karmic connections aren't about punishment, but about soul contracts, growth opportunities. One person might have a family legacy of always working, and the other person might have felt unseen, but together they can find a balance between work and caring. Think of it like this: Saturn is building a house, and Chiron is providing the comforting interior design that makes it a home. Now, let's consider a couple where one partner's Saturn falls in a trine to the other partner's Chiron. The Saturn person provides a sense of security and stability, offering a safe space for the Chiron person to explore their vulnerabilities. The Chiron person, in turn, helps the Saturn person find deeper meaning in their experiences and illuminates hidden lessons from past struggles. The Saturn person might say, "It's okay to let your guard down, I'm here for you." The Chiron person might gently encourage the Saturn person to embrace their emotions and connect with their inner child. Think of a friend who constantly has your back, and you, in turn, help them process their feelings. That's the kind of beautiful give and take that this aspect fosters. For example, imagine a couple where one partner has always struggled with anxiety, Chiron, and the other partner is incredibly grounded and reliable, Saturn. The grounded partner provides a stable and predictable environment, helping to soothe the anxiety and create a sense of safety. This is a beautiful way to heal each other's wounds. Another example is when one partner has difficulty setting boundaries, Chiron, and the other partner is naturally good at establishing and maintaining healthy boundaries, Saturn. The Saturn person helps the Chiron person learn to say no and prioritize their own needs. Ever wonder why certain relationships feel so supportive and nurturing? This could be the reason. But wait, there's a catch. Even with harmonious aspects like a trine, there can still be challenges. Potential pitfalls with the Chiron Trine Saturn aspect in synastry include rigidity, control from the Saturn person, over-responsibility, codependency, and a lack of vulnerability. The Saturn person might become overly controlling, stifling the Chiron person's growth and expression. Or the Chiron person might become overly dependent on the Saturn person, neglecting their own needs and boundaries. So, how can you avoid these potential pitfalls? The key is to maintain a balance between discipline and compassion. The Saturn person needs to be mindful of not becoming too rigid or controlling, while the Chiron person needs to take responsibility for their own healing journey and avoid becoming overly dependent. It's like learning to dance together. Both partners need to be aware of each other's movements and adjust their steps accordingly. One thing I learned is that individuals can mentor each other. The Saturn person can share their wisdom and experience, while the Chiron person can offer empathy and understanding. They can learn from each other, growing together as individuals and as a couple. Also, couples can build a secure environment by establishing clear boundaries, communicating openly, and supporting each other's individual needs. This can involve creating a safe space where each person feels comfortable expressing their vulnerabilities without judgment. Remember, vulnerability isn't weakness, it's strength. At 7:30, I'll reveal how to balance the energies, so stick around. Sign placements influence how the energies of healing and structure express themselves. For example, if Chiron is in Aries, the individual might have wounds around asserting themselves, and Saturn in Leo may mean that they have blocks regarding creative expression. These specific placements mean that the relationship is here to encourage the growth in these areas. House overlays reveal specific areas of life where the healing and structuring energies are prominent. For instance, if Saturn falls in the other person's 7th house of partnerships, the Saturn person might provide a sense of stability and commitment to the relationship. If Chiron falls in the other person's 4th house of home and family, then there can be deep emotional healing within the home environment. Synastry charts offer a detailed astrological analysis to reveal how two individuals interact. Remember, synastry is just one tool for understanding relationships, and it's important to consider the whole picture, including communication styles, shared values, and individual needs. It doesn't replace open and honest conversation. Now, let's recap what we've learned today. The Chiron Trine Saturn aspect in synastry represents a harmonious connection where the need for healing and structure intertwine. Saturn provides a safe space for Chiron to explore their vulnerabilities, while Chiron softens Saturn's rigidity and opens it up to more compassion. While there are potential challenges like rigidity and codependency, a balance between discipline and compassion can be achieved through open communication, clear boundaries, and mutual support. Ultimately, this aspect has the potential to foster deep healing, personal growth, and a secure, lasting bond. Remember, astrology is not about fate, it's about awareness and empowerment. You have the power to shape your relationships and create meaningful connections, so use this knowledge wisely. As we come to a close, I encourage you to reflect on your own relationships and see if you can identify any Chiron Trine Saturn dynamics at play. What are the areas where you provide structure and support to others? Where do you receive healing and compassion? How can you cultivate a more balanced and harmonious connection in your life? And finally, if you enjoyed this deep dive into astrological synastry and want to explore more cosmic insights, be sure to subscribe to my channel for regular updates and in-depth analyses. I focus on providing practical ways to use astrology for personal growth and improved relationships. Hit that subscribe button and join our community of stargazers.